As always, wonderful to have you in.
So lovely to see you, man.
Thank you for having me.
Are you kidding? We're honoured to have you.
Yeah.
And what a lovely lunch we had yesterday.
It's beautiful. There was a lot of food.
There's a lot of food.
Are you full?
I'm a lot of things at the moment, Max.
Yeah.
Mainly confused and emotional. How's this? This is fun. A Twitter survey conducted by The Back Pocket. Who
Just
are
a Twitter guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Revealed each club's most hated opponents.
Oh, yeah.
So for Melbourne,
Well, Geelong would have to be.
they're on the list. Who you love to hate? Collingwood, 88%.
Okay. Would that'd be all 17 teams, wouldn't it?
Most
so-
teams had
Yeah.
Collingwood, if not first,
Jeez,
they
they're
were
lucky.
close.
Every week for them's a rivalry round.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
80,000.
Everyone gets up for Collingwood, don't they?
Yeah.
Coming in at number 2, Carlton. 50% of your supporters
Okay.
hate Carlton. The same with Geelong.
There they are.
They're actually equal second on
Okay,
50%
that's
as well. And then it goes down to the Bombers on 38%.
That's a
coming in at
boring
number
list.
4.
That's just the big four Melbourne teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the
Like-
Bombers, if they can sneak onto any list, have done well because they're such an inconsequential minority club full of dicks.
Like,
Wow.
I hate Brisbane. Why can't Brisbane be on there?
Ah, yeah.
Because your rivalries as a player would be more personal. Like,
yeah,
in
true.
terms
But
of-
if you're a modern day supporter of the Demons, Brisbane, Melbourne have had some cliffhangers
Yeah.
over. We've played a lot of finals footy
Yeah.
against each other.
North, this is fun. Who we love to hate, Bombers, 85%.
Okay.
We hate the Bombers.
What is that? Is that common? Do you
Yeah.
hate the bomb? Yeah, right. I didn't really
It
know about
goes
that.
back to
They were
them not letting us
Yes.
be in the VFL
From
Yeah.
the VFA.
because you would have
from
taken
the
the
VFA.
players in that area.
Yeah, because they're North.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense now geographically.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then it was a zoning issue, and then there was some of those 10-pound trades that were
Yeah.
It's a weird one to cling on to.
Don't you hate Hawthorn?
done. Yes, we do. We go Bombers, Port Adelaide, Collingwood, Carlton, Hawthorn.
Okay.
How come we got 5?
Port Adelaide, that's a rivalry I haven't heard of. The North Port rivalry.
It runs deep.
Yeah, it runs deep.
Rumours are circulating that international rules representative football versus Ireland could be on the cusp of returning. Would you be interested in that, Max?
That is, that's a junket I am all for.
Yeah.
Get into Ireland. I've spoken about this about State of Origin. I'm weirdly patriotic Victorian at the moment, and I'm definitely patriotic Australian. So
I know you are, mate. I've texted you on Anzac Day.
Australia's captain.
exactly. I should be captain.
Yeah.
That is something I'm really interested in. I'm not sure if they've nailed what it is, like if it's international rules football.
But we beat them anyway, don't we?
Yeah,
like,
it's a
have
mixture
they
of
ever
Gaelic-
beaten us?
Yeah, they beat us.
Did they?
Yeah, they have before.
It's a mixture of both games. I'm not sure if that is the answer, but certainly I want to do it. And New Zealand could probably get a team in there at some point as well.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think there's
A tri-series.
there's certainly a tri-series smell to it potentially.
Let's go through the round, Max.
Sure.
Just before we get to your top 5, we've actually got your grand final on behind you.
Yeah.
And you were right, it was a free kick from the bounce.
Yeah, but in hindsight, I should have done that to Steph Martin because the umpires never paint a free kick the first centre bounce.
Of a
it's
GF.
It's a free hit for the ruckman.
Get away with murder.
So if I get there again,
Look at the crowd whilst we're sitting in our lounge
I
rooms,
know. Oh, my God.
going 5 kilometres from our house.
about 59,000 Perth and about 1,000 Melbourne people. By it turns
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
your
mate.
mate, your
It's
old mate that
dangerous.
got
Yeah.
down into the
out. Few of them
shed.
got over.
Yeah,
Not
bit of an
only
issue.
So you can come over, watch a grand final if you can sneak in. But
Yeah.
if you get caught,
Yeah.
maximum security prison for Christmas.
Yeah.
So you just got to weigh it up.
What was the venue he ran in South
Morris
Yarra?
Jones.
Morris Jones in Chapel Street. Yeah. I don't know if he still does. I
They,
should.
they estimated about 400 did it, and only like 8 got caught. So it's not bad odds.
He got in the rooms, which
Yeah.
I think was the...
Yeah, it was when he shook Brayshaw's hand. I
Yeah.
knew he was taking the piss. It's like, mate, lay low.
Getting
Yeah.
a selfie with Simon Goodwin.
Oh, how
please.
ridiculous!
Yeah, that was great.
Tonight,
Yes.
7:40, Carlton Geelong. This should be a belter. Paddy Dangerfield's back, and some good ins for Geelong.
Yeah, Tui and Henry.
Yeah, Geelong go well on the big stage. They've had an interesting couple of weeks. Losing to it. What do they call their ground down there? at the moment?
GMHBA.
GMHBA. I'm going to go Geelong. I'm going to go to
You're
the
going to go
Wow.
Geelong?
I think that's the upset. Is that the upset?
Well, I'm going to do my thing where I tip against Carlton so that I win either way.
Okay.
You know
Good
what
one.
I mean?
Oh, yeah, good.
Hedge.
Port v Brisbane. That'll be a good game of footy too.
Another good game. I'm going to go Brisbane.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For
That's
some
good.
reason, I feel like they play Adelaide Oval well.
Yeah, pretty well.
Is that true?
Drew against Adelaide earlier this year, but have a pretty good record against Port over there.
And I'd like them to have a little win before we get up there. You know,
Mm.
wouldn't want them after a
Lower
loss.
the confidence.
Yeah. Suck them in.
Yep.
The Gabatoir.
I don't know if that works, but sure, it does in my head.
Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah,
GWS versus Sydney. I
So-
mean, the care factor is 0, but
This
we
is
might
Giants.
as well talk about it.
Giants home game. So does that mean is that spotless?
NG.
What's it called?
NG
NG.
Stadium.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there's
How long's it been that for?
This year, I think.
Okay.
It'll always be Skoda to me.
That's the first, yeah, right. Blacktown. Oh, but this isn't Blacktown. Blacktown's another ground, isn't it? Let's go Swans.
So hang on. This isn't Blacktown?
No, Blacktown's. We've trained there. It's out in genuinely Blacktown. This is in Homebush.
Right. So who plays at Blacktown? No one.
The
Women's
AFLW
team, yeah.
and the VFL.
Right, of course. And then the big one. Tomorrow night, 7:30.
Yep.
The North boys have got to remember where the MCG is.
It's your first and only game there this year.
Okay.
And that is disgusting.
It's actually a
That is
disgrace.
AFL House. That is a fixture biased towards Melbourne super clubs that mean they can home and away, like your good self, Max, without any sort of trouble or concerns. North Melbourne, one game at the MCG this year.
Can I rebuttal?
Please.
We only get one at Marvel. Not that that's. I'm kind of happy about that.
I don't understand your point.
Bad start to the rebuttal.
What are you saying?
Melbourne in particular, compared to Collingwood and Richmond and Hawthorn, Melbourne's home ground has been the MCG the whole time.
Yeah.
Since day dot.
Yeah.
So like some of those other teams have come from other
Johnny
grounds.
come
like
latelys.
Vic Park, Collingwood, Hawthorn were at Glenferrie. So they're slightly different.
Yeah.
Like North had Arden Street, obviously, for a long time. So
Yes.
MCG was our home ground.
Okay.
So I can understand the argument maybe against Collingwood, who had Vic Park.
It just hurts, you know. It just hurts on top of the year we've had, Max.
That's not Max's fault.
No, and I'm not angry at Max.
It is bad, though. Taylor Swift has had more performances at the MCG than about 8 clubs.
And she was unbelievable.
And she
Yeah.
was
She was
incredible. I mean, don't
excellent.
get
She
me
was
wrong.
incredible.
And
She
she could
deserves another 10.
probably run off half back for us. Is Jai Simpkin in? He is.
He is.
We should talk about the breast cancer round as well.
It is the BCNA game. Been going for 20 years. It's a great game to play. And every 4 years, they do the Field of Women. So we're
okay.
not in that year at the moment.
But it's a breast cancer
It is.
awareness and an opportunity for people to donate.
Yeah, for what BCNA does, it supports pretty much everyone that's involved in the breast cancer. So mum, dad, sister, brother, family networks, and it's a really good charity. Really, really good to be a part of.
You're wearing a special pair of boots.
Yeah, I've been training with pink boots and wondering how I can get them out there in a game, and this makes sense.
Yeah, this really does.
So I'm gonna design them, and my auntie, who's just recently been diagnosed, she's going for a treatment at the moment. She'll be on one boot,
Yeah.
and then Angus Brayshaw's fiance, which is Danielle Frawley,
Yeah.
her mum Anita has just recently. I think beaten. I don't want to say that. Oh, well, I've already said it, but
Sure, I get what you're saying.
she's
gone through
she's gone through it. So she'll be on the other boat. And then
That's
also
great.
Zurich have allowed a little bit of space there in our warm-up top to be able to have a name of a breast cancer survivor
Oh,
or
that's nice.
someone going through it at the moment as well. So keep your
Yeah.
eye out for the warm-up as well.
Yeah, great.
pinkladymatch.com.au, and you can get the pink beanies that we're wearing now.
Yeah.
Is Zurich an international bank?
Yes.
I was
I think they're
hoping
a Swiss bank, I think.
they're not. I was hoping you didn't follow up with too much questions about Zurich, but they are insurance.
Yeah.
Oh, insurance.
Ah,
Yes.
I thought they were.
Nice of Melbourne to have Zurich on their jumper.
Yep.
It fits.
Thank you.
Bombers, West Coast, probably. Where would they play that?
That's at Marvel, I believe.
Oh, God, how. What a horrendous game of football.
Bombers are up and about.
Oh, who cares?
This game only got played 5 weeks ago over in Perth.
Yeah.
So that's amazing they're playing each other again. And West Coast only lost by a kick. So maybe closer than you think.
And the Bombers still second?
No,
No.
but they're still in the four.
Fourth.
Geez, they're overperforming.
Good on them.
No, they're not a top 4 team.
Well, the
Max.
latter is a true, accurate sort of where you are at the the moment. So if they're in the top 4, they're not overperforming.
Can't
That's,
Yeah.
deny it.
That's where they are.
Oh, so I'm the arsehole.
I had a real negative connotation sort of voice there, and I apologise.
Fremantle Gold Coast, one of the most forgettable matches in the history of the AFL.
Yeah, I probably won't watch this.
Sunday, 4 o'clock. Normally the coveted North Melbourne slot.
Yeah. The winner will finish the round in the 8, though.
Appropriate response, Matt.
Yeah.
We've got our bet. It's traditional for you to bet with whoever in the team is playing you that week.
We'll go back to back. Brisbane next week.
I don't.
Oh,
gosh. I don't want to bet. I feel like.
Well, you
Well,
said
it's
you were there, so
tradition.
maybe it's the beer after the game.
Yeah, sure. I'll try and catch up with Max after the game. At the
Lovely.
Yeah, he said he's going to try and text me similar time as to Loz.
Yeah, Loz
Try in
likes,
the second quarter.
No.
Loz likes to text you when you're on the field.
No.
I'll wait for 3/4 time when
I
you.
got my time wrong.
I've actually had a missed call from my wife while I've been playing football one day.
See?
Yeah.
She just got it wrong.
She just wanted help with something at home.
She got it wrong.
Yeah.
And tell her that Google and YouTube are wonderful things. We've got our entrecôte bet. I
Entrecôte?
buy you dinner, you buy me dinner.
Yep.
On the outcome of North Melbourne. That's just fun.
I've never been there.
Either have I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max has a list.
Yeah.
I have a
The top
list,
five.
yes. I've
Top
got a top five.
Let's do it.
That's what a list is.
My
Yes.
top five.
Got the top five.
Top 5.
Max Gawn's top 5.
Let's go through them. What do you got, Max?
So I don't know how to sort of put this in a sentence. So the best weather / ground combination that I like to play in.
Great.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
So
And I'm not going to double up with two. The top 5 would be all 5 MCG games.
Of
course.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday day, Sunday.
and then varying weather
Yeah,
conditions.
and North have never played in any of them.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Thank you. Matt.
This year. Yeah, well, you're about to play in the Saturday night slot.
God, they won't even know how to get to the ground.
It's tough sometimes from that part of town. It's a Saturday though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Friday night can be a shocker.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they still close
Brunton Avenue. yeah.
Brunton Avenue?
You got to get there a little bit early to go through Brunton, or you got to go around the back, which is hard for the southeasters.
Yeah.
Good tip.
Good
Good tip for the good tip for the young
Max's travel
players.
tips.
Number 5 is Spotless, which is now NG Stadium, the Twilight slot.
Really?
Oh, you
Yeah.
love that.
Only because I've played 4 games all in that slot, and I think I've been best on in majority of those.
Right.
Let's
Good
say
man,
3
Max.
of the 4.
Good
so
man.
I really enjoy that.
So
slot.
you love that ground.
Love that
Not the
ground.
roar of the crowd that you love.
No,
No,
no.
or the trip there.
Number 4 is the game behind us, Optus Twilight.
Yeah, good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so the grand final was a Twilight at Optus.
Is
and
that a traditional slot at Optus? I suppose it is because they're hours and
Yeah.
2
hours
hours
behind.
behind.
a 3 o'clock game's quite traditional there. That's almost Twilight. It's because it's not as hot.
Yeah,
So
of course.
Obviously, it's hot in Perth, and then by the time it gets to 4:30,
So the 3 o'clock game would finish under lights.
just
This one does, yeah.
this one starts under lights, I think.
Yeah.
Number 3 is and I've got to be. There's no wind, no rain, and it's not too cold.
Casey.
110, 110 red footy Hobart.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause
Blunston.
the crowd is right there. When there is a crowd, the
Yeah.
crowd is right on you, and you can hear everything they're saying,
How wonderful.
and it just feels like local football.
It's
Yeah.
crisp.
Yeah, so
It's
that's.
crisp.
But if it's any sort of wind or rain, that is a prick of a day.
Yeah,
Like,
that's off the list.
You would have been playing that day that was like a 10-goal breeze.
yeah, that was 130 to 130, and North was 50-0 quarter time, and we were winning at halftime. Phenomenal.
crazy.
Number
Thanks,
2,
Max.
Two. Yes.
I think this is the best. I reckon every player would say this outside of the G. Adelaide Oval at a night game
Nice.
is so much fun. In
It looks
particular, Port Adelaide.
Yeah. Well, you love the INXS Fire,
They
right?
do a great atmosphere. The crowd is very hostile.
But you're on record as saying they don't understand how exciting that is for visiting teams.
Yes. And I love stadiums that have a slight open. So like NG, the Gold Coast one, whatever that's called at the moment.
People's First.
People's
Stadium,
First, Hobart, and Adelaide Oval all aren't grandstand the whole way around.
No, well, they've got the
They've got the hill.
heritage listed Morton
Yeah.
Bay
The Fig?
Figs.
Yeah, and the
down
scoreboard.
down the scoreboard end.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why they can't build there.
Number 1 is
Number
no-
one.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real argument here. It has to be an MCG game of some sort. So
Yes.
what is my favourite MCG game? The Sunday 320. So it's 320, perfect day.
Yep.
Um,
Finishes under lights.
Yeah, the King's birthday game was almost that. I think it might have been 240 or something. So it's something similar to that.
Yeah, you love it.
It's just a nice game.
Lead into the news.
Lead into the
Yeah.
news.
Is the wind? What's the wind like in there these days?
It can be spirally if it's windy, but it's never really going one way.
Right. So it's circular
Yeah.
at worst.
Yeah, but even a wet day at the G is not the worst day of your life.
So
the
when
worst
you-
day of my life was not the worst day of my life. That was getting married. The worst day was no crowd against Hawthorn, 60 all draw, and it rained.
Oh, what an awful
So on the
game of
final
football.
siren, it's a draw, no crowd, and it's raining.
As in a 0-person crowd.
Yeah,
It was a
COVID.
COVID game.
COVID
yeah.
game.
That
60
was-
all against the Hawks.
Gross.
That was horrible.
That's
Well,
disgusting.
That's a good top 5, Marty.
Well done, Max. Go well. Don't go too well.
Yeah.
Notably, no Gabba in there.
Yeah.
We know. You sook there.
That's where you sook, Max.
Chat to you in a couple of weeks, Max.
See you soon.
See you, mate.